Hi, there's always seemed to be a question mark about the Hillsboro water bills. And I see it posted almost regularly on Nextdoor about people being confused about how expensive the bill is and so forth and so on. So I'm going to do a real comparison. I'm going to tell you that this bill that we get is probably one of the cheapest in the country that there is for actual water. But let's discuss the entire utility perspective before we make that final decision on costs, because there's really only two variables that we're going to talk about when it talks about your bill going up, so you can really find it and easily know it, especially if you have it over a year history like we do with using the water system. In cases where you have less than a year's time, then of course there's not going to be as much history to go by. All right, so let's dig in. First, let's get this thing out of the way. All right, so if we look at the bill, let me get myself out of the way. If we look at the bill in general, this is your service dates up here. This is when they start and when they end. So it tells you exactly the service period. You'll notice there's two different variables here that I mentioned in the water bill. So that's basically how much water you used. And then every city that I've known draws an extrapolation based on, how do I say this? Based on your water usage is what they allow you for sewer. Now, of course, they know you consume some of the water and you don't put it down the sewer, so that's a factor in there as well. But anyway, it's something they have to go by. So I'm assuming here that this 748 gallons, first of all, let me explain that. 1 CCF equals 748 gallons. So in this city, they measure how many cubic feet of water you use, and that becomes your bill. So you'll see this number change. And if you notice on mine, from 6.3 to 7 to the next month, we went down in water usage. We weren't using as much. But you notice the water bill stays, the amount per 748 unit stayed the same, 243. Now we happen to have a reduction in cost, believe it or not, in the average use on sewer. So it went from 257 down to 206. I don't know why, but it did. So we'll just have to figure out what that is. Also over here, you notice that you have the history, how much you've used, and this is your present month. And you can see again, ours has never gone beyond 4, and here it again is at 3. So you can see where, again, I'm putting a note in here. You can see where this is. So basically, these are the only two variables that happen on the bill. All the rest of this is basically the water surface management. That's your street drains. Basically, that's what it is. And you notice it doesn't change every month. It's basically the same. The city of Hillsboro transportation utility fees is what pays for all this new streets you see being done and all the other things that go along. I'm just lumping it into one big thing, but at least they have a direct connection to all of us to collect on this. I like this system better than throwing it on your taxes because it's more of a upfront. Here's what it really costs. No hidden fees involved. It's not stuck on some utility bill or it's thrown in property taxes where it's buried in there. So I like this system really, really well versus others. And you notice my bill went down to $94 versus $100 again because this went down. This variable went down for the sewer part, and the variable on the water went down. So I haven't seen my bill range beyond, 94 to 100 some odd dollars. That's it. I've never seen one get any more expensive than that. So anyway, I hope this helps. I'll leave them up here for a second, or you can just look at them and pause anytime you want and take a look at the bills. But yeah, the rest of it pretty much stays the same every month. These don't go away. They just stay put. So only the sewer and only the water change. If you've had one go drastically up, then you need to call the city of Hillsboro and get it straightened out because mine has not varied at all. Okay, have a good day, and